Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this short clip where we are going to be delving into the essentials of IDEA StatiCa Connection, just looking at some of the basic things that we need to understand so that we can actually get going with our different models. So without further ado, let's jump straight into our IDEA StatiCa model. So looking at this model, this would usually be something we can expect in a portal frame or just in a general steel structure. We've got the column and we've got the beams or rafters coming in on at the top. Now, the general thing we could do is we could either splice these and have an end plate on top of this column, which is also a solution. But in general, we'd look at something like maybe modeling end plates that actually connect to the flange of the column on either side, and then putting in haunches as an example. So what I want to show you is the operation that you will use to actually extend this column so that you can model in your end plates. Because currently, if you go to operation and you go to end plate, this is what you'll get. All right, so this doesn't make a lot of sense, of course. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this, click on operation, go to cut. It is a bit misleading initially, but I'll say that member B is cut by member C. I'm happy with the bounding box cutting method. I'm going to tick extend the member, and when I click on the cut by drop down, I want to select C top flange. You can actually see that it's touching the bottom of the top flange of member C. The direction I want to change from parallel to perpendicular, and I can change the offset then maybe to -25. And there we have our column now neatly extended. So now if I go to operation and I select end plate, you can see that this makes a lot more sense. So I can do it again. End plate this time for member M3. You can see that this is actually a lot closer to what I want. Now, the temptation would be, especially if you're using Checkbot, to actually physically go and extend the column in the actual FEA or analysis model. Now, in general, with analysis, we model on shear centers. So, of course, how this connection was initially presented to us is what it will look like in the analysis package as well. But we know that in reality, this column will extend slightly above the connecting beams so that you can actually connect into the end plates. Otherwise, you'd splice the two beams together and then have an end plate connecting to the bottom flange of the two beams. All right, so I hope that that really helps. That cutting operation, although maybe a bit misleading initially, is actually very helpful, and it's exactly that operation that you'd use to extend your column. Don't go through the effort of extending the column in your analysis model. It actually ends up being it adds some additional things that are quite weird, meaning that it potentially picks up there's another connection at the top there, whatever it might be. This is the right way to do this. So I hope that you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe to some of our other clips. There'll be 2 more clips coming after this one, and I hope that you enjoy them. If there's anything else you'd like to see, please pop it in the chat below or pop me a mail, and I'll be happy to look at creating some additional content. Thank you very much for joining.